The autobiography I chose for this assignment is on Brittney Griner. She is one of the most successful and well-known athletes to play in the WNBA. In this book, she discusses her childhood struggles based on her parents' parenting styles, the issues of bullying from early childhood to her present life, the controversy over her sexuality, and her athletic path that got her to where she is. The memoir is titled In My Skin because she states that she has struggled being comfortable with who she is, but now she is finally comfortable in her own skin and able to be her true self. Much of her depression, anger, and loneliness began in middle school because she looked and talked differently than other girls in her grade. She was significantly bigger and had more manly features, which is still a topic of discussion in her current life. She is now 6'8", so she is always growing and looking differently than the other girls that she surrounds herself with. She would get into physical altercations because she would bottle up her emotions until she couldn't take it anymore, and then she would explode. Brittney knew in middle school that she was gay, but she was too scared to be honest and open with herself and others because she knew that bullying would happen worse than it already was due to her figure. She, even to this day, still receives comments as an open gay athlete. I mentioned Brittney did not play basketball until the 9th grade. The sports she played prior to that was volleyball and soccer. She mentioned that soccer helped her with her footwork during basketball games and that volleyball helped her with her timing. This goes to show that it doesn't take specialization during youth in order to be a successful elite athlete. When it comes to youth, parenting styles is typically a hot topic. Growing up, her father was an authoritarian. He portrayed low nurturing skills and would discipline harshly. This type of parenting is known to lead to lower self-esteem and can lead to depression and anxiety, which is exactly how she described her childhood. Her mother was the complete opposite of her father and portrayed permissive parenting styles and was a submissive wife, so Brittney found it hard to be open and truthful to either one of her parents. This led to her bottling up a lot of emotions, and depression would set in with suicidal thoughts. She knew in middle school she was gay but didn't tell anyone until 9th grade. Even then, she refused to tell her father because she knew he would reject her, which he did once he found out. Even in college, she wasn't allowed to be openly gay because Baylor had an anti-homosexual policy that could get her released from the school. So she was always hiding her identity and had to let other people define her. She was never truly herself or comfortable with herself because she had to hide a big piece of who she was. Social equity, when it comes to the gay versus straight players on Baylor, was unheard of. Straight females were able to show off their relationships with their boyfriends, but when it came to Brittney, she was having to hide the person she was and who she was with because the coach would always get onto her if she was being too gay. The coach would always have closed doors meetings with Brittney if she was out in public with her girlfriend. The coach always said that she received emails or phone calls complaining that Brittney was holding hands with a girl or walking around the school campus with a girl. Brittney found this unfair and unequal when it came to the gay players versus straight players, and it was really frustrating for her. During an interview, she was asked why it's more acceptable for women athletes to come out as gay than it is for a man. Supposedly it's not, according to Brittney. The media has a long way to go when it comes to dealing with gay athletes, and that they just want to be people, athletes, show who they are as a person, not be reduced to becoming a headline for a news story. When it comes to social norms and gender roles, Brittney has always been expected to look and act feminine, but she is now getting to decide who she wants to be. She's doing things a female athlete has never done before due to her size and ability. Even the Dallas Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban, said that he would consider drafting her into the NBA. A female that can dunk, that's unheard of. Brittney no longer has to hide who she is once she got to the WNBA. This allowed her to feel as comfortable in her new surroundings as she did in her own skin. The bad comes with the good. After being completely honest and fully herself in a Sports Illustrated video, she was praised by the gay community, applauded for speaking out and speaking up to help struggling kids who are bullied for being gay.